This is Cindy McGinnis. This is my non-textbook subject that I'm passionate about. Children and teen educational social work are intertwined. These are my kids. This is my daughter who has ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ODD, oppositional defiant disorder, which I just found out this month is not going to be the designation. They're going to take the word defiant out as part of some mental disorders cause people to be oppositional for no reason at all. The next is my youngest son. He's in green. He has autism, PDD, NOS, pervasive developmental disorder not otherwise specified, which I also found out they're going to take out the PDD, NOS part, and it's going to be replaced with autism spectrum. He also has ODD, ADHD, OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. Finally is my middle redheaded son. He has bipolar, ODD, ADHD, OCD, and BFI, borderline functioning intellect. As a family, we've been through a lot of social workers, both in and out of the school setting, both good and bad, always learning new ways to be a better family and better people. No, we are not done yet. Case Manager Services of Northwest Ohio. These are two of our currently 10 social workers who we are seeing for different things. With the Obamacare laws have changed about who can see who, and adults and children have to see different workers, so agencies are scrambling. Liz, the lady at the top, has been with us for 8 years. She's been a godsend to our family. Stephanie is our newest member and has only been around for half a year, also a really good one. Interdisciplinary co-leadership of high school groups for dropout prevention. Partnerships between teachers and social workers. The team approach has the effect of weaving the social worker into the fabric of the school structure so that adolescents may get to know and trust social workers, so that teachers may be more sensitized to youngsters' individual needs. The teacher social worker team presents a professional challenge for both disciplines with the potential of positive results for adolescents that are not likely to be realized without this type of collaboration. My children and I have been both lucky and unlucky in this area. The school's administration, social workers, have been working on the behalf of the majority of the children in school, not my children. And they have been pushing my kids out of the public system and sidelining them. Parental experience of children's disabilities and special education. The U.S. special education system, which recognizes the needs of children with LD and have provided with additional support since the passage of Public Law 49-142 in 1975, currently Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, IDEA. Professionals had to empower families by encouraging them to express opinions and providing them with support to gain skills so that the families would be able to participate fully in the decision-making process. Sounds great. Doesn't actually quite work as well as the government ideals. My redheaded son, the one with bipolar, ADHD, OCD, ODD, and BFI, ended up going to 5 different schools because no one wanted to deal with his special needy issues behaviors. One school, supposedly for children with behavior issues, actually made the kids sit at their desks all day quietly, no gym, no recess, no playground, no breaks, and lunch at the desk, and you had to be quiet on the bus to and from school. I don't think non-special needs kids could do it. I know that the kids there could not. They had a police officer there all day, every day, that would threaten the kids with jail if they were not quiet. My son was actually arrested for throwing a paper ball at a teacher. He was charged with assault, and when we got to court, the judge said, "Really? Assault? You are on probation. Go home and don't do it anymore." And that was it for me, which brings us to child advocacy. The school district may refuse to conduct an MFE, which happened to my youngest son. I had to fight the original school to get him tested. They flatly refused. So I spoke to our counselor, social worker, case manager, and she told me I could have a child advocate for him. We ended up with 2 child advocates and then found out that Liz was also one. So now we have 3. I finally had someone on my side of the table at the school meetings. Great people who stopped proceedings to explain things and see if what my family needed was being addressed, made valuable suggestions, usually the school ignored the suggestions, helped us to prepare for the next meetings, and followed up with us to see if things were going and how they had been decided. When my redheaded was in the 3rd school, I found out about child advocacy. They went with me, and we tried to make suggestions, but the 4th school, the paperball jail school, would have none of it. They knew best, and we didn't know what we were talking about. Needless to say, Liz and the 2 other social workers by my side helped me pull him out of that school, and they made the school send homework for us to do every week. The homework they sent was a joke, word searches every day, for a 5th grader who was at a 3rd grade level. We finally found the best place ever with the help of our social workers, Summit Academy Schools, which is for special needs kids, especially with behaviors disorders. They are a K through 12 charter Ohio school system. Their main focus is helping kids with special needs and how to learn to handle day-to-day situations and education. No homework ever. Their motto is, if we professionals cannot teach your special needs child while they are here and medicated, we cannot expect you parents who don't have training to do it at home. Love it! Therapeutic martial arts, all about muscle control and respect. The boys got to break boards with their hands. If anyone seeing this video is looking for a good school for a special needs kid, I have included their information on this slide. However, the original school was not all bad. They did have my daughter tested, and she had been diagnosed with the attention deficit hyperactivity disorder and oppositional defiant disorder, and she did stay and graduate from the original school. Another good thing about this school is they have social workers right there all day, every day. Testing at UTMC, the social workers and I, together with the psychiatrist, referred both of my sons to UTMC for neuropsychological testing and evaluation, which we were both done separately on day-long physical mental tests. And when we came back at a later date for the evaluation, they diagnosed the youngest with his various diagnoses and the redheads with his, which leads us to multifactored evaluation and evaluation team reports. A multifactored evaluation, commonly known as MFE, is a determination of special education ability consisting of a series of tests, observations, interviews, work samples, and questionnaires designated to gather information with student strengths, needs, and how they learn. Usually because a student is suspected of having a disability that interferes with their progress. This is done jointly by school teachers, counselors, social workers, and parents. The MFE results in a final report called an Evaluation Team Report, ETR, which is a summary of current performance, strengths, needs, and establishes eligibility under one or more of the special education categories. There's a reevaluation done at least once every 3 years or more frequently if the student's condition warrants. As such, the student is having behaviors in school that are not being addressed, which leads us to an IEP, which is Individualized Education Program, which contains future planning, special instruction factors, profiles, secondary transition, post-secondary transitions, measurable annual goals, specially designated services, transportation as related service, non-academic and extracurricular activities, general factors, least restrictive environment, statewide and district testing, meeting participants, and everyone signs, and they also include any visual impairments. This all means that each child with an IEP will get the best education along with them learning how to learn with their disabilities, according to the plan agreed on by everybody, which also can go hand in hand with behavior plans. These are a lot like IEPs, but they work completely about behavior and how to work on better behaviors, mostly with the social workers at the school is how this school takes care of it. Our agency social workers did work closely in conjunction with the school ones to come up with a plan that would work best for my son. This has been my presentation. I am really passionate about social workers being in the school setting, and I hope you have enjoyed it.